Here we go. HRF with my man Will. Okay, so we've got people coming in and we've just been talking and we're talking about two compound exercises. What is a compound exercise? It's where we use multiple joints and you get loads of results, big strength gains, big mobility needed, big stability needed. So we can talk about two exercises today. What can you do to improve these exercises? What do they bring to the table? Are they going to make you stronger? Are they going to make you fitter? And then we need to do a nice little question and answer about the exercises to give you the right information. So two exercises today, the snatch and the front squat. Here we go.
Okay, great. Steve, so can you just run through the benefits of those two exercises for us?
Oh, difficult question. Right, front squat brings a lot to the table. Some people happier in the back squat because the bar's obviously on the back. So there's two ways to do the front squat. If you've got the mobility in the wrist to get into that position and to drive up, we need to be able to extend through the middle back and get in there. You could see I was in this position. So this is your second position, holding onto the bar there, but we still need this thoracic extension. So from a postural point of view, it helps to keep, but because the bar is on the front, then all your postural muscles, back, glutes, have got to be able to fire into that position because the bar wants to pull you forward. So you're going with gravity and the bar. So being able to stay upright is going to enhance back strength, postural, stability all the way down the spine, hip mobility, being able to get down into that position.
Excellent.
The snatch, again, people really struggle with it. Why do they struggle with it? Because they don't have the hip mobility, ankle mobility to get to the floor. So if you ever look at the video, Will pop it on with, obviously you've got my details on the website. If you're struggling with this mobility, struggling with injuries, a lot of people with these two exercises really struggle. They feel it in the lower back because they don't have the mobility. So every contraction has an eccentric component. So before we squat, we go down first. We lengthen everything, then we shorten everything as we come up. Same with the push-up. We go down first and then we concentrically come up. So that eccentric component is paramount to coming up. Do we have the mobility to get to the floor? And then can we get through the hips? Can we drive up and through? Get the extension in the hips, the extension in the spine, and then we finish with external rotation of the shoulder. This external rotation of the shoulder is the most vulnerable position for the shoulder. We need this external rotation to get above the head in that position. So big bang exercises. These are big compound exercises, multiple joints, multiple muscles, big power movements through the legs, through the hips, good core stability, the great exercises, big results.
Another question, Steve. So if I was struggling with mobility on the way down and I was feeling it around my thoracic, what would be a good mobility exercise or stretch for me?
Great mobility exercise, nice and simple, would be what's called a Mackenzie push-up. They're down on the floor in that position. From there, you just need to come up just to there. So we're just extending through that middle part of the back. We don't want to be all the way up here. This is lower back and hips. So if you're really struggling in the thoracic spine, rib area, just work into that. Another way, we could get over the top this way, over the foam roller, and really extend through that thoracic spine. But if you're sitting down all day, you've got rounded shoulders, a lot of people struggle with this thoracic extension. Have a go with them Mackenzie push-ups in between your sets and try and extend through the thoracic spine.
Excellent. And finally, you touched on it. For the front squat, mobility and the wrist, a lot of people struggle to get into that wrist position with their elbows in front, and it puts a bit of pressure on those forearms and wrist.
Yes.
You do it a slightly different way. Can you just talk us through that?
Yes. So depends how much lack of mobility you've got in your wrist, because we've got to get into this position and we've got to have the bar there. So if we tight on your flexors of your forearm, on the inside of your forearm here, then you can't get into that position rounded in the shoulders is normally coupled with flexors here, tightness in the wrist. Can't get into that position. We can come into this position, and it just allows us to get this bar across the deltoid, get it onto the collarbone, sit nice and high, and get nice and deep through that front squat. It just allows us to do that. Another way, stretch out your wrists. Stretch out your wrists, do your Mackenzie push-ups that we just spoke about, and we can get into this position here. Can you get into this position there? Will just comes to the side and sees. We can get into that position. Once you're in that position there, you can rock back, and we're stretching out all these muscles on the forearm, and that's going to allow you to get into that front squat position. The problem is tight wrists, tight shoulders, tight thoracic spine. If you can loosen things off, it's going to enable you to get that depth. Stretch out your hips. Everyone's a winner. Book in. Loads of mobility. Big strength.
Excellent.
Brilliant. See you next time.
Cheers, Steve. Thanks very much.